so like thinking about the concept of truth, for example, maybe many of us take that for granted, and we don't recognize when the bad ideas enter into that. So then all of a sudden we start to say things like, well, that's true for you, but not for me, or sharing your truth. And if I had to, like, Oprah was sort of famous for saying that, sharing your truth. If I had to, like, understand her charitably, and I don't even know if she meant it this way, but it would be like sharing your perspective on truth. But still, that would be an improper use of the term truth, as if it's this relative thing.
Right, and that's actually one of the things that people who have used Foundation have found most surprising, in that, we just use this term truth, and most 8, 9, 10, 11-year-olds, their understanding of truth doesn't go beyond the concept of, I need to tell the truth. But we don't actually talk about, well, what does that actually mean? And so in the 5th lesson, in the first unit of Foundation, the question that we explore is the truth true for everyone? And the first activity we have them do is we'll tell the teacher or the parent to, hold up a poster that says yes on one side, and, like, tape that to the wall, and then a poster that says no on one side and tape it to the wall. And the kids are then asked the question, is the truth true for everyone? How do you know? And the kids have to justify their answer on a sticky note and then go place it on the wall. And most teachers, parents, church leaders are expecting that it's going to be really clear that the kids are going to say yes, where the majority of the kids say no.
Wow.
And then they place their sticky note on the no side. And I get emails, all the time from, like, parents and church leaders and teachers saying, I had no idea that here I am teaching, however many days a week, that the Bible is true, and my kids are thinking, yeah, that's true for us, but it's not true for everyone. And so then we go through a lesson and we look at the difference between objective truth claims versus subjective truth claims, that are based on personal preference. We have them go through a couple different activities, fun things with cookies and other things. Then at the end, we ask them the same question, and they have to take another sticky note and respond yes or no and justify their answer. And most of the time, then the teachers and parents and church leaders are hugely relieved.
Yeah, they finally
that
get it.
Almost everyone, has transferred to the yes side with solid justification for explaining how they know that something that's true is going to be true for everyone, whether or not that person understands it.
When you have the students write on the sticky note what their justification is or rationale, what are, I don't know if you've done it yourself when you were a teacher, but what are some of those reasons why young people would say truth is, relative?
So usually in the beginning, when they're, when they're saying the truth isn't true for everybody, they'll just say, like, well, something could be true for you, but not true for me, or different people believe different things, or not everybody believes the same thing.
The problem of religious pluralism.
Yes, and that's what we have to get into. That's really why we really hit on objective truth claims versus subjective truth claims. Because looking at, if somebody says God doesn't exist, that's not subjective, because a lot of times people get confused and they think that subjective just means it's false. It's like, no, subjective, there is no true or false. It's just your personal preference. Like, if I say that cookie dough ice cream is the best flavor, like, there's no point in arguing, because for me it is, and for you it's going to be something different, It's not a right or wrong. So a lot of times even giving the kids an example of something they know that's false, like saying, like the earth is flat, even though there are people that would argue with that. That's the reason why there's an argument, because either the earth is flat or it's not. It's not like, poof, it pops into being a globe, when I believe it's a globe. So a lot of times the kids just have bought into that, like, well, it's different people believe different things. But once we give them those categories of objective versus subjective, they understand, oh, my preference about something can be different, but the truth about what that thing is or was designed to do doesn't change. An example we use is we'll give them a cookie, and we'll have them in a group come up with a list of subjective truth claims about this cookie, like it's gross, it's too sweet, it's delicious. And then we have them write down a list of objective truth claims. I can believe with my whole heart that there are no chocolate chips in that cookie, but if it's a chocolate chip cookie, my belief, no matter the sincerity of my belief, the chocolate chips aren't going to disappear because of my belief. And just attaching it to something concrete really, really helps them.
Hi there, my name is Kurt Jiris. I'm an evangelical theologian, and I've come to realize that Bart Ehrman is correct.